There. That's what Havana looks like. There. That's what Havana looks like.
The stress in Cuba is only for the Cubans. It's enough for the tourists.
It's funny, yeah, it's funny, yeah. You must love Havana, huh? You love Havana?
Yeah, I love Havana, of course.
That brings me to Havana and this particular blog. Where to stay in Havana. And remember, everything is paid for in, yes, you got it, cooks. That's just like the dollar. There are chickens there. But the other night, at night, there's one giant white cock there. Here are the starters. I'm starting to realize that not entirely by accident I'm well located here at Casa Enormous. Well located in the sense that I'm within walking distance of Habana Vieja, Old Havana, which is to the right. All this is Old Havana, highlighted by the Plaza Vieja, and from my Casa Particular right here, it's just a really short walk over here to the statue of Jose Marti, and then down the Sweet Street here in Cuba, Obispo. It's a pedestrian street that leads right into the heart of things here. So here I am in my Casa Particular in central Havana, just on the edge of Old Havana, and I'm quite pleasantly surprised at what I have here. And here's the Senora. Here's the Senora. No. She says she's not good looking. Oh, that's not true. So there's a, still not sure whether this is all mine here, but there's a kitchen. Tables, couch, television, and over here is my bedroom. So it's a suite. I'm not sure whether it's 30 or 40 cook. The cook is the convertible peso, equivalent to $1 US. I don't know how many times I'll say that, but I'll have to say it every time. And so let's assume it can't be 30 because that's what I paid in Matanzas. This is Havana, so for all this I'm sure I'm paying 40. So it's $40 US a night. Still a pretty good price for what I'm getting here, in just on the edge of Old Havana. And just take a peek outside. Oh, it's not raining. The rainy season hasn't started till this afternoon, maybe. So there's a little sink outside, and that's what it looks like down that way. Not quite as pretty as Old Havana, but nevertheless, this is the one and only Havana, Cuba. Hi, Lobo from Travels with Lobo, here to talk to you about Casas Particulares. Casas Particulares are simply private home accommodations in Cuba, similar to a bed and breakfast. It's sometimes simply referred to as casas or hostales. The price of a casa particular may range from $20 to $50 per night, depending on location and quality. The price of breakfast of anywhere from $3 to $5 is normally not included. Here's an important point. The attraction for a casa owner is that they are paid in what is called the CUC, C-U-C, the new Cuban currency that is equivalent to $1 US. So while my prices are quoted in US dollars, you can substitute one CUC for $1 US. Having access to cooks in Cuba is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Only having pesos can make for a tough life in Cuba. how to find a Casa Particular. The easy way is to simply take that phrase, how to find a Casa Particular, and do a Google search. It will lead you to some type of an agency which will do all the paperwork for you. Do you have to book the whole trip, which in my case was a 5-week trip? Well, of course not. No, I booked the first couple of nights and then asked the casa owner to make me a reservation in the next city. They have a whole network of information and they can use it easily. But generally, I'm not much for advance booking at all. I take the easy way out. I would arrive at a destination and take my chances with the many hustlers which greet you at the bus station. Barring the hustlers which are at the bus station, you can also resort to using taxi drivers. Taxi drivers are an excellent source for taking you to a Casa Particular. Location was my main criterion, as I did not want to go out in the evening and then have to take a bus or a taxi back to my Casa Particular. That brings me to Havana and this particular blog. Where to stay in Havana? Based on my desire to be near the action, my first choice would have been and was Havana Vieja, Old Havana, the most historic and to me the most interesting part of Havana. Then I would have opted for Havana Centro, where in fact I did end up, which is right next to Havana Vieja. The third choice, which is popular with many people, is Vedado. Vedado is a more modern residential area that has quite the commercial streets with lots of stores and action and as well as entertainment. Ultimately, the casa is only a place to sleep. But wait, it does give you the opportunity to have contact with the locals, and they all are very pleasant. And remember, everything is paid for in, yes, you got it, cooks. That's just like the dollar. The cook is king in Cuba. Across from my Casa Particular up on the 4th floor, the other night I noticed quite the life across there. Now look at this. This is the best I've seen yet. No, look at that menagerie of ducks. Chickens, there's a duck there. There are chickens there. But the other night, at night, there's one giant white cock there that also lives there. On that balcony. Look at that. I can't believe it, but it looks like the big white cock has been kept tied up all day. Damn it, I just missed it. See it there? She's got the big cock right there. Just pulled him out by his feet, so he appears to have been tied up all day long. Oh my God. Maybe it's time for the coup de grace. Man. So more about my location in Havana Centro. It's actually called Havana Centro. It's next to Havana Vieja. Right down there where you see that green box. Right there. That is where my Casa Particular is. And I'm located, as I said earlier, just down from Parque Central. I was kind of dismayed when I heard that she doesn't serve breakfast. I think they normally serve breakfast, but her empleado is absent. So yesterday I really got up late. Didn't have breakfast till around 11 o'clock, so I ended up having breakfast, as I said in an earlier video, in Plaza de Armas. I had 2 coffees and a ham sandwich, cost me $14, which is outrageous. So I was kind of dismayed this morning because I was again late. Only got out 9:45. But I was lucky. I ended up in the Hotel Inglaterra, right there, Hotel Inglaterra, the England Hotel. And there, believe it or not, a breakfast buffet is 6 cooks, which is $6 American, and you get absolutely everything. It's a buffet, so just feed yourself. If you're up to it, just wrap up a few things for lunch too. No, I didn't say that. I do things that I don't say. Love that little green man running to get across the street. I wonder whether he'll make it. Who knows? We'll find. Right here is the dining room. Pretty damn cool place. So that's where I'm going to have breakfast. Here are the starters. And very importantly, the coffee. Help yourself to as much coffee as you want, which is pretty darn good. You could pay $2 in a, if you're not careful where you go for a cup. I love the eggs. And more. These little buns are really nice here. Right there. Statue of Jose Marti. And then down the Sweet Street here in Cuba, Obispo. It's a pedestrian street that leads right into the heart of things here. Calle Obispo. Obispo is by far the most interesting street in Havana. I'm now much more of an expert since I've spent 3 hours in no senor, no tango. Okay, he's still on my elbow. Oh my God. Since I'm now an expert of 3 hours. Oh, he's still on my elbow. No senor, no tango, no tango. No tango, no. Holy shit, this guy won't take no for an answer. Alright, walk faster. Alright, so yeah, it's a great street. Gotta come here. See the miracle that they performed here in Old Havana to renovate this into one of the world's leading heritage sites. Old Havana. Havana Vieja. And I think with any kind of luck, my Parque Central is just up ahead. My Casa Particular is just up ahead. There. That's what Havana looks like. There. That's what Havana looks like.